Ooh, I like that one. Yeah. You are listening to the Lost Minds. You say it, that sounds better. You are listening to the Lost Minds podcast.
Let's get this session started with a deep breathing exercise. And by deep breathing exercise, I mean, see on the inside.
Hello. What are you doing? Just making a podcast. Bet you cool.
What? The things I don't want to talk about?
Welcome back to the Lost Minds podcast with your host, Barick.
And Admir.
Thanks, guys. That's the only two.
You're supposed to pass it too.
I'm a special guest. Anyways.
Brian.
We got a special guest, Brian.
All right, I'm the special guest.
All right, since you're so special,
Let's do this.
we're gonna need
Well,
you.
because you were like, I don't want to talk about work. I don't want to talk about what'd you say? Video games.
I don't want to talk about.
Because I was also curious about that with podcasts. Like all those things, you're like, I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about. It is probably something you don't want to talk about or don't need to, I guess, because that's why maybe you listen to podcasts to escape. Maybe you listen to. Do you do that for some podcasts? Maybe to, like I used to do it when I was working. You know, like fucking sanding cars and shit. And I was like, dude,
yeah, that's exactly
throw
why
a podcast in, it takes you out. You know.
I do it only certain ones though, like Joe Rogan ones. I'll go through, and I will read the people's name and description, and if they're an MMA fighter or anything to do with fighting, I don't get into it. Or
Is it because of your past?
Huh?
Is it because of your past?
It's definitely because of my underground boxing past. Yeah, I want to stay away from it. My therapist told me to stay on the right track.
Yeah. It's like the gypsy.
Yeah. No, I just find it boring. It's super boring when they're
Because
like...
nobody dies.
And I'm like, if you're fighting to the death, someone's got to die, you know? You can't both live.
Yep.
Because like some podcasts I like to listen to, and even they'll bring it up that sometimes they'll start talking about something, like they'll be complaining about something, or be like they'll be harping on something that happened in the news. You know, like, oh man, this guy ran over so many people in a crowd, and then they're like, should we even be talking about this kind of stuff? Because sometimes you want to like listen to get away from that, or it's like all day long you're just getting hit by especially if it's something in the news. It's like the same 6 things that all ones run. You know, they're like trying to be like, look at ours more than the other person. You know, and it gets to be like a bit of just, I don't know, overwhelming and stuff. And so that's why I think I went to podcasts, because talk radio was straight garbage to me. And then getting to hear a bunch of different outlets talk about it for like an hour, kind of, especially with 2 people where they sit down and talked about it.
I think
that was interesting.
The reason talk radio and stuff sucks is because they just talk about what's going on right now in the news. Like, they think they've literally got a TV playing every single news channel at the same time, and all they're doing is repeating it. Like, oh my God, there's been some boat sank in Mexico. Literally on land. The boat sank on land.
It's like it's in the quicksand. See, that'd be kind of headline news, you know, but it is kind of like, it's like that. I remember posting that meme, where it's probably everyone's seen it, where it just starts at one news station. We want to talk or like provide the utmost, best, whatever the information, then another one, then it goes into multiple screens of all the different ones saying the same thing, because it's all the people that are bought and paid by that company, you know. So it's like,
and they keep going and going and going, and then it's like 1,000 of them all saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's like the same.
Video.
What is it? The media company. They sent that out to everybody, and they all read it.
And
so,
disgusting.
Yeah, don't you think? I feel like that's what kind of it gets to be with like radio, and like especially on there, you kind of get the same things, get the same topics.
I think it's because they're trying to cover, you know, countrywide, worldwide, and then local. And I think local is something different, where someone in California is not going to want to hear about some stupid thing going on in Utah unless it's affecting them in California, which it never does. Stupid fires in California affect us, not the other way around. The only thing I think will affect California and Nevada, Arizona, that happens here is if there's a drought in Utah.
So I think as well. I watched the crazy thing.
They don't have any free water for us.
Yeah, I watched the thing about that where I never, I guess, took it into consideration, but they're showing how much water the agricultural, all that stuff takes for that to grow everything over there. But they're using all the water from the Colorado, so like most of the water California uses comes straight across all the way from like Colorado, Utah. It's like, oh shit.
Water starts from somewhere, right?
We should put taxes on the goddamn money. $1 per gallon.
No
Dude,
way.
do you know how many skyscrapers we would have here? We would be like
We'd have
Dubai.
so many that we'd change the weather
Everybody
patterns.
in Utah would be like driving around Lamborghinis. It would be Dubai here, dude.
That'd be horrible.
They'd be
That'd be
Lamborghinis
so horrible.
flying everywhere up and down.
So pissed.
Dude, if you want to get yourself a Lamborghini, that's what I heard. You go to Dubai. People abandon their cars in the middle of the fucking street. And there are Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Aston Martins. They just leave them there for years.
I would like to do that one time. Just like pull up and then be like, "Hey, you can't park your car here. Tow it." So you
Middle
just
of
go
the
in there.
freeway.
It's like a freaking old piece of crap and stuff. Tow it, dude. What am I gonna do with this thing? You drop it off here.
An old rust bucket that you bought for like $30. Just park it somewhere random or on the side of a curb.
You gotta make sure you pull it right when you hit empty on your tank. And
Yep.
then throw them the
Oh,
keys and be
yeah.
like, there you go.
You can keep it.
As a tire,
like,
yeah, it's like going
"Aw."
flat and stuff. You give them like a total chore. They're like, man, you gotta like pump up, find a thing, pump up a tire, give it some gas, get it going.
How crazy would it be
Oh,
for a
that'd be so
bum,
fun.
dude?
That's some
if
life
you did that to a
lessons.
bum. You just pull up somewhere, get out of the car, fucking throw them the keys, be like, you can keep it.
It'd be cool if it was,
And just fucking walk away.
not if it was a rust bucket, but if it was something kind of decent.
And then he gets into it and woo woo, it's a fucking trap car, motherfucker. You're going to jail, boy.
It's like, he's got a gun. I'll be going to jail.
You have fireworks in there. That's a perfect time.
You run by as soon as the guy sits in the car, you come running back by with fireworks. He's got a gun.
Shooting it. I mean,
You just straight set up. And then the camera pans over where you ran around the building. You're over there calling the cops. There's a guy stealing my car, gunpoint.
you just walk by the dude as he's like getting put in the cop car and be like, so next time when I walk by you and you tell me your life can't get any worse, it fucking can't. It's like, what the? That's what he was. He's like, that's free real estate. It's like, shit. Oh man, that'd be
Savage, dude.
But I mean, I guess I think that'd be something I'd like to go listen to a podcast for. Something to shake it out of the
No,
night or
that's a
whatever.
fucking YouTube video that I watch. That's not a podcast.
Because I like that. You know, I always like the random things that like
What?
just
Homeless
I don't-
people getting arrested?
or just the idea of it and stuff too. Just of being playful or whatever, and like talking about that kind of stuff and being outside the norm and things like that. Because it's so funny.
I think
when-
that's probably why we have 7 followers.
We
Yeah,
have that's a lot. That's more than one.
but it's so weird
Less
when
than
people.
10.
Yeah.
That's almost as many people show up to Admir's birthday party.
Actually, less people do.
See, I don't know. It's interesting because, like, you know, maybe some people they don't like that or whatever. But you know, there's always like the other, I guess, opposite groups are like kind of bougie and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
secret club. You know, He-Man, woman haters. You know, no girls allowed. Remember the Little Rascals? Dude, I would like to see that movie get made now. Probably wouldn't. You know, the news maybe would. I guarantee they'd remake that movie and it would be like the Little Rascats or some shit, and it's like a bunch of little girls
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
pull a fucking Ghostbusters
Yeah,
on
or
that.
something like that. You
All
know, because
girls.
it's interesting because now you know they want to. That's another thing that like has popped up. But then sometimes even it's funny because I joked about it last time we went to Browns Park, and I even joked about it this time when I went camping with all my family. We had some other people there that we were joking about with the Playboys. We're like, check out the Playboy, and it was like 1960 Playboys, and they're like laughing, checking it out.
Full bush.
Yeah, oh yeah, very nice. No, full rainforest. Very
We're
nice.
nice. It was nice.
Did it have shape at least? Or
No,
was it just...
it was weird. Some of the people
Full
didn't
bush?
even care. Yeah, maybe they just trimmed it down.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not horrible.
I mean, it's Mother Nature, bro.
I mean, it's good just to be kept up. I mean, everyone should be kept up. But it's funny because a lot of the articles in there, we were like joking about it, but it's the same shit. Like they're still arguing about gun rights, still arguing about the rights for gays to marry and stuff like that. It's so funny. It's like
Except they were more worried about Russia.
50 years
than
later.
anything else.
It's so crazy to me. Yeah, there's a lot of Russia worry in there. Now everyone's like hanging out, which is weird.
Because that's exactly what you want in your Playboy, right?
Well, it's funny, dude.
Oh, sweet naked lady. Oh, what? They're trying to take our guns.
Well, that's one thing that was also funny about that too, is because you always had that connotation. Playboy, oh my god, you know, naked chicks.
Yeah.
There's like 7 pages of naked chicks. Like
And
the rest is
centerfold.
yeah, and like a
articles, yeah.
centerfold too, and then but most of it's all like articles and shit.
I guess they wrote pretty good articles, too.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the main reason
there was
people
pretty
read them.
popular ones.
You know? It was like, imagine reading your favorite article magazine, and then you open up a page, and there's titties right there. It's like a beautiful surprise
Yeah, it's like a
in the
bonus.
middle. It's like, what
It's
did
like finding that secret
It's like a
sweet
Twinkie.
spot, you know, in Super Mario, where you just get an
Twinkie.
extra level.
It's like, was it effective though? It wasn't effective. You know, he's like, we got to write these articles. We're gonna let these people know about freaking gun rights.
Someone
here.
kicks the door
Someone's
open.
like passing
Sir!
that page. See you later, bud. Like, because they're still arguing about it. So Playboy's like, so how was that campaign going for you?
I loved it.
Well, I mean, they really wanted to have more stuff, especially online stuff. They didn't really care about the articles. We had to shorten up the magazines. It's like pretty soon they start, you know.
Every page has boobs on it.
Because I always wondered about that too. Is like some news is like the reason it's tainted for me is because it's got that connotation.
Doesn't have enough
News.
boobs.
Yeah, it doesn't have enough news, so they have naked news, which I enjoy.
Nudes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
No, but
Oh,
I
these
think
are
it starts. It gets those connotations, so where like they just see it as, oh, this is a nudie magazine, and now I have like that towards the news. So when I see a news, NEW news, W,
NEW.
sometimes I see it as just like fake, you know, or like phony, or it's
Yeah, so you just don't trust the news whatsoever.
yeah. But sometimes even
So if
oddly
Aretha
enough,
Franklin dies, you don't believe it?
I believe it. But pretty soon there's going to be the freaking so many conspiracies. But that's what's kind of fun too is, well, and also nerve wracking too is because you'll hear with same with like Radio Labs one, where usually they got their stuff pretty much right, but there's been episodes they had to pull because they didn't have their information right.
Like when
And-
Jackie Chan died?
Yeah, then they or
What?
Yeah, and they had a freaking
Fuck you. No, he didn't.
surgically put
I know,
bionic
that's what
legs
I
on
said.
it and
I was
stuff.
like, fuck that. And
Yeah, so
everybody's
he
like, yeah, Jackie
Huh?
Chan's dead. Jackie Chan's
He
dead.
got a sex change. It was like
Fucking
Jackie
liars.
Chan.
Dude, can you guys please stop telling me these things?
See,
You're
but
breaking my heart.
breaking my heart.
I will probably have to fly to China if you did pass away.
See, and that's one thing that's interesting about podcasts too. Depending on the ones you listen to, like who could fact check that? I mean, we should have someone here, but
I know,
someone
that'd
might
be so
listen in.
horrible.
It'd be nice if they could
dies right after this podcast airs.
or like at least someone like, commented
I'd
in
be
it.
like, we did it. No.
we did it.
we get a
We
whole
did it,
bunch of
boys.
fat mail.
If enough
Names
people
in it.
think of one thing, it'll happen. So, but we've all got to think about it together. So if we all think about like aliens coming to the Earth,
Aliens coming to Earth September 4th at 7:20 p.m.
we've got to think about it from this
Mountain
day
time.
to then.
which is tomorrow.
And they
Tuesday.
Yep. And they're going to land in the southern pole. And they're going to be like, this planet's too cold. And they're going to leave. So none of us will know it ever happened. This is like the cat in a box thing.
All right.
Is it dead or is it alive?
Cat
Nobody
in the
knows.
box.
The cat in the box.
What?
You mean like if a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound?
No, it's the cat in a box theory. Like you could put
That's
a
not
cat in a box.
theory. It's the
Now you don't know if the cat is alive or
Rick and
dead.
Morty one.
It could be both. It's the same thing.
What kind of
The
box
fuck
you
is it
put it
called?
in?
What's that
A
thing
fucking
called?
trash compactor. You put it in the box and it goes away. Huh?
Pour acid on it.
Yeah, just like making it all just disappear.
I mean, yeah, the cat's screaming, but is it dead?
Nobody knows. No, there's a freaking cat in the
cat in the box.
box.
I think it's thinking more like if a tree falls in the woods
Theory.
and even around
Here we
here,
go.
does it make a sound?
So Erwin Schwinderhard proposed that a cat is in a closed,
Discredited.
booby-trapped box with a random quantum trigger, could be simultaneously dead
Schrodinger's.
and alive.
Schrodinger's cat.
When observed-
That's what it was. God damn it.
It would
That took
collapse
way
into
too
just
long.
one state.
Wait, that's like some kind of form of physics, right?
Yes.
So what were you talking about?
The
Cat in a
aliens
box?
landing on the South Pole.
So if they land in a box,
No,
is what he's saying.
Nobody's gonna know if they land.
Well, we gotta
well,
get
they
him to
don't.
do. He's landing in a big box, and we'll trap him in it like a cat.
Yeah, I like it. No, well, the box up with a tree because we're gonna need a tree. Pulled the tree, box
Boom.
falls.
Ooh,
We
that'd be
got
funny.
aliens.
It'd be so funny. The aliens like flying there, like you're like, oh my god, they're really gonna fall for it, and then they would never think like that stupid because they're so far
Yeah.
beyond. They never think stupid. Perfect. What is this contraption? But they probably just blow it up or something.
See
Yeah.
that box just moving like a cat's inside of it. Tick, 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 tick. A little paw comes out from underneath.
Yeah. It'd be like,
That's when you get confused.
well,
And you're like, is there really a cat in that box?
or if it was in the water and it's like soggy and the bucket like rips, and you're like, oh my god, it's an octopus.
And the thing's not even there anymore because they use cloak vision.
Yeah, because I was watching a random YouTube channel freaking about kind of stuff like that, where supposedly there was a ship that was lost in not the Bermuda Triangle, but there's a triangle over by Indonesia and all that.
The
Fucking
Red Dragon
another-
Triangle.
It is something like that. Red Dragon.
Oh God!
What, dude?
Triangles.
I am
now?
full of facts. These two triangles are on opposite ends of the world, and they
Exactly.
create a wormhole.
Opposite, right?
Yes,
Exact opposite, right?
exact opposite
Fucking
side,
hell.
and they create a wormhole
Through the earth?
Through the earth. So you could travel through the earth. Oh my goodness, dude. I'm telling you, this is facts.
You're telling me there's a galaxy within the earth.
Please, please.
Galaxies on Orion's belt. All right.
Explain to me how I have great stocks in China and zero travel time in Bermuda.
The
Stock.
same reason
It's like good family
why
stock
Martha
party.
Stewart went to
Planted my
jail.
seed there.
I'm talking about chicken stock. There's good chicken stock.
It's like beef broth, all that good stuff.
I mean, I think it's...
Can you explain why my chicken noodle soup is delicious?
But it is pretty notorious though, because a lot, even in Japan and all those places, they even marked it out as an area where they wouldn't even bring in stuff. They still like don't.
Because there was pirates.
I think that's what it was. I watched something too where they
Nuke
said,
'em.
well, because it was the ship was lost for 9 years supposedly, and then they found it again with no crew or nothing on it. It was like on some sand
It
barge.
was just floating.
Yeah, and someone said that because I couldn't figure out who it went to, and someone went like that. But someone said it like in the comments they like Googled it or whatever, and I didn't give a shit. I probably should have maybe taken the time to check it out. But they're like, yeah, and it says they were gonna take it to decommission, so it was getting towed somewhere, and it like probably broke away.
The guy's just like,
And there's like, fuck
this.
it.
There's a
And
soccer
just
game
let him in
going
there,
on.
yeah. And so it probably floated around the ocean for a while. But it's kind of interesting because, I mean, it's kind of a big area, but not really a big area. But it's really funny how it's so easy just to lose like a huge ass ship. Like it really could just float around in there. Like no one would ever
Yeah.
see it.
That's
Because the ocean is that big, though.
Then imagine a person who fell into the ocean.
Oh, dude, you'd be. I don't know. You'd have to like give up. I think
Wilson!
it's like one of my worst fears, being like stuck in like it like that.
In the ocean?
And you have to like grab on a whale or something, and it'll
That'd
take you
be
in.
cool. I just lived inside the whale.
I know, huh? Just reminds me of like the Decemberist songs, whatever. He talks about the ribs are ceiling beans and guts are carpeting, and they have some time to kill. They're just
I
chilling
think
there.
it would digest you, wouldn't it?
No. They
I
can't
wonder,
digest
dude.
you. Because they have
Because you have rubber soles on.
bad digestion systems.
I always wondered about that, like Men in Black, though. When it goes, I mean, of course, it's a little different, but when he gets like put in the alien, if it were something that big, you know, say it was like,
Like an overlord?
yeah, or say like your dog just like eats her and gobbles up. Like my dog did it. There was like something on the ground. I can't even remember, like a freaking orange or something. And they had a bunch of ants on it. He's like, ate them all. I'm like, I guarantee they're alive still. I mean, I'm probably like burned up in the acid or whatever, but they probably were like still crawling, you know, maybe crawling around and they're just getting burned up by the acid or something.
Damn, that'd
But
be nuts.
think about if you were that big and you didn't get burned by the acid and you're in there, and you're like, you son of a bitch, and you're like, survive
hanging out.
getting pooped out, kind of like a corn. Like if corn was like
I
come
think
back
you'd
alive.
eventually die of, like, not
Suffocation?
Enough, yeah, suffocation.
Unless you're like on the Magic School Bus, dude. They fucking have their own air inside the thing and stuff like that.
Inside the school bus?
Yeah, they rub blubber on them and they're like safe to run outside. Here, let me put paper in you and rub blubber all over you. I'm
Dude,
like, this is
when I was little
you
watching
shouldn't be
that,
doing that to your children.
I always
Yeah.
thought the bus was going to expand inside of someone and just fucking blood everywhere. Just the person's gone.
Good episode.
Dude, that'd be so funny. They're like, the teacher has to make that decision. They're like, we're almost done with the mission. They're like, blah, 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 blah. Air levels dangerously low. Must it? Oh shoot! It's like, must I kill 12 of my best students or just the one? Sorry, Ralphie. It's like, it's like, everyone's like, oh my god, where's Ralphie? Oh, he must have had to go home because we had to bring the paint crew in. We have new red walls tomorrow. It's like blood's like splattered all over. The kid's like, yay, go home. And then they have to paint the walls, so they all paint the walls, and then they come back. The kids are like, where's Ralphie? And they're like, well, Ralphie went to a new awesome school bus.
All right, it's the fucking FBI. They're like, oh, you kids are going to jail. Accomplices to murder.
Yeah.
Every one of you. The teacher's like,
Miss
you'll never
Fizzle's
get
like,
me alive.
Yeah.
Shrinks into a little bus.
Yeah, they don't even know. The guys are like, right as they come in, they'll question him. Where were you at about 9 p.m.? Or 9:28. Yeah.
Why are all your freaking detectives from
Were you
Brooklyn?
on the bus? Because they got to be hard
This
nosed.
is in California. Where the hell were you?
Yeah.
It's like, what are you
No,
doing
it's
over
How you
here?
doing? Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
But think about that. They're like, where was at? Huh? On the bus? Yeah, we're on the bus, man. Everyone's like, take them in.
They look outside, the bus is getting taken down by mechanics. Screaming and crying.
Dude, and they start using
Rip the
them.
motor out, boys.
Dude, I wonder. I bet they would so take that over and be like, "Fucking take it in." It's like,
Yeah,
it's like
oh,
quarantines. Like, what kind of bus is this? It'd be some kind of shit like Transformers, trying to like take them over. I feel like that would happen no matter what it is. That's why with like
Yeah, because
inventions.
the bus had like a smiley face and everything, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
had a
like
face.
talking and shit. It was like Thomas the Train and shit. It was like doing stuff, which it's interesting because
Sketchy, dude. Where did it come from?
Think about if you made a mech and shit like that, a mech that, you know, was AI and it started walking around and stuff. I for sure think the government would want it. They'd be like, oh, what the heck is this?
Of course.
Cool, let's check this
Iron
out.
Giant, dude.
Yeah,
They
what
did a
if it was
movie
like an
about it.
Iron Giant? That's kind of...
A goddamn movie about it, and there's still no part 2.
Yeah, whatever happened... Oh, well, in Ready Player One, if some of the old people from this remember reading Ready Player One from the book club, freaking... They used the Iron Giant somewhat in there. I mean, in the movie they do more, but...
It only had headlights for eyes. It didn't have... Oh, it did have a mouth. The front bumper was its mouth.
That's
Who?
what I thought.
The Magic School Bus.
Oh, the Magic School. Jump on the Magic School Bus. It's full of fun
Dangerous
stuff.
things.
I don't even remember, but those were the shit we used to watch, and much different, you know, than now. Like, even Reading Rainbow.
That one was always pretty dumb.
Reading Rainbow?
I like Reading Rainbow.
When you don't have
Send a
options,
book.
it's good.
I know, really, you start watching anything. I remember watching... Yeah, it's funny, my cousin
Maury
brought that
Povich,
shit up.
You're
He's
like,
like, dude,
12.
dude, my cousin
What the
brought that
fuck?
up.
What business do you have watching Maury Povich and Ricky Lake?
Especially in the middle of the day when you only have basic cable, so you
Yeah.
only get those 4 channels. And then, like, at certain 9 o'clock or whatever, 10 o'clock, Seinfeld.
For The Simpsons.
That's what my cousin was talking
16,
about
6
that shit,
o'clock.
yeah. It's like, that is kind of funny because, I mean, I remember one point we kind of was like, I remember the first time we got cable. Because they're like, yeah, you get, like, you know, a box and you get all these channels. It's like, what do you mean? You know, because they don't, like, freaking sound stupid, but some of the TVs even twist the dial.
That only went to 99.
That's what we had in our TV, was a twisty one. Like, that's what we had, like, the NES hooked up to, because it's like the old TV and the old game system or whatever. But it was so funny because you never turned it. It was always on 3 or whatever, just to play. And then all of a sudden the cable box comes. It's like 250 channels and stuff. Ordering freaking late night Playgirl. Freaking finding out it's about dudes.
Playgirl. All right. I want to see some girls.
It's like, whoa.
play.
You're like,
Playgirl,
when did the girls
all right.
get here?
I always thought that was so funny because we'd see those in the thing. I'm like, that's tricky. You might catch some people, like some kids be like, oh, hell yeah, dude. I'll invite all these people over, all the young 8-year-olds. Dude, invite Mikey over, Timmy, and Little John, Luke, and Bo J. He'll come over, and then I'll come over, and they're going to order the porn, and they fucking
Where the
get
fuck did you
Playgirl.
come up with Bo J, dude?
Bo J. Dude, you've never had a Bo J friend?
No.
Bo J. Oh, man,
What
dude.
the fuck?
Or like,
Usually
yeah.
wears overalls and a trucker cap.
Mike, Richard,
Bo
Bill,
J.
and Bo J. Where the fuck did you get Bo J from?
Dude. I was thinking of Playgirl, and so I thought of Blow J. No. You never had a Bo J?
I've never known him.
I know a couple Bo J's. I knew a Bo. This one kid, Bo, I think his name was.
Bow?
Or just regular
Bow?
Bow.
I'm like, I don't
Not Bow. His name I thought was just Bo, but freaking he was a kid. I remember when I was like 2nd or 3rd grade, he brought one of the first kids I knew that brought like a knife to school.
Oh, that's cool.
Fuck.
I mean, how
Yeah.
cool was he?
He was not cool. It was like it was like a machete or something like that. And he, like,
Jesus.
and he like had it hidden in the bushes or some shit, and like he used it to show off.
And he
to, like,
told
kids.
you to come... Brick, come here.
No, the
There's a
school
bush
told
with
us
me.
about it. The
Come
school was
stand
like,
in this bush.
dude, the school
gonna
put him on
stab it.
blast and shit. They're like, oh, Bo, whatever, blah, 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 brought a knife to school, blah, 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 and we all kind of knew. I mean, it becomes like infamous, you know?
Dude, nobody
Back then
put
they
me
could
on
shun
blast.
people, dude.
Yeah.
But now, you can't do that.
Did you ever? I think I told you guys this when I fucking had a backpack full of airsoft guns
Oh, yeah, you
And-
told us
no,
about
I don't
that.
know
in elementary school.
But they turned out to be real guns.
Yeah, and I was like, sorry, it's the Slav in me.
So they're like, what are we going to do? We got 3 dead kids.
And everybody looked at the camera and laughed, and that was the end of the episode.
Well, the cops are slowly handcuffing you. They're staring at the camera too, laughing.
No, that's how Admir's like, we got 3 dead kids here. What are we supposed to do? Admir's like, just flashes a couple of guns. We might have 2 dead staff members if you don't fuck off, huh? You're like, oh, shit. And Admir, you know, went home. No harm, no foul. They just brushed it under the rug. They didn't. They were
Literally
scared for their
brushed
life.
it under the rug. It was like,
Like, I haven't seen my kids for... Oh, you guys must have got some soft floors, a little heated, too.
God damn, it's dark.
Dude, I remember watching... You ever see that movie, Running Scared?
Yes.
That's such a good movie. It
With,
should be movie of the
Paul
month right
Walker.
now. Yeah, with Paul Walker.
Dude, I think I've Googled 95% of the conversation today.
That's good, though.
I'm
We
like
need fact
retarded.
checker, dude.
Yeah, we need a fact checker.
'Cause
So the
I'll
two
open
hosts,
that.
Brick and Brian, are going to keep talking.
Yeah, about Running Scared.
So Running Scared is a movie about a dude playing a dude pretending to be another dude.
It's actually got a lot of cool twists and turns, but even I don't want to
does.
spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
So this is a thing. You can turn off for 5 minutes. But
What was it, 2007?
yeah, it was a while ago. But remember when that
What year was it?
It's got the fucking dude in it
What year
from
is
the
it?
movie.
Paul Walker, yeah.
Paul Walker, the
what
late
year
great
was
Paul
it?
Walker?
It can't be in this movie. He died.
What year was it made?
The movie?
Dude, that was
2006.
Oh! Dude,
Damn.
I'm good with years like that. I can tell you when ABBA came out with their first CD. I think it was 1962. Look it up, Admir.
Who?
ABBA.
How do you
One of the, he's like, all right, I'll look it up. But that is a good movie. It's underrated, but it's interesting because it is kind of like about a mafia-based thing, and they have to
What
kind of
year?
find a dirty gun.
1962?
Fucking terrible.
Oh,
What was
shit.
it? 1971?
1972.
Oh, hey, not
damn it,
too
my
terrible.
bad,
One
my
number
bad, my
wrong.
bad.
Hey, that's 10 years.
It's 10 years, but
It's a decade. I mean, that's
You know,
a flash in a child's eye.
yeah, really, especially when you're jamming out. Dun, dun. But
that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I was going to say, because with that movie, though, one thing I think a lot of movies kind of lack now, too, is some of the depth and dimension to it. Because it's crazy. You think it's about the hitman, like kind of the mobsters that kind of got there trying to get the guns. There's kind of a bunch of different stuff with the kid. And then it ends up being even more weird with the kid when that, like, fucking
It's
lady
a dark
gets picked.
movie, and it shows you that you can't trust nobody.
Yeah, there's like a random sideline that you're just like, holy shit. It blows your mind just because
It's cool, though.
One more time.
with
what
the
was the movie
people they
called?
run into. You're like,
It's
holy
called
shit.
Running Scared.
Is it on Netflix?
No.
No, it's
God.
probably an older school movie.
I have it, if you want to borrow it.
I don't have anything to play it.
I mean, the mobsters hold Paul Walker down. He gets hit in the face with a fucking hockey puck.
How long is the movie?
Probably like an hour and
Why don't
35
we just have a
minutes.
fucking movie night? We can
Because,
just watch
dude.
it.
Because, dude, I gotta watch freaking Infinity Wars again.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. I
Dude.
actually enjoyed that, but
That is like the way that ends.
You haven't even watched it.
I haven't even watched it.
so I hear them say like they disappear.
It's on. No,
Doesn't that mean they're dead, or they're like, no, they just disappeared?
No, they're dead.
Okay, that's what I thought.
everybody dies eventually.
Is that what that means then? Because
Whenever someone tells you that, say, I'm gonna start you on fire until you turn to dust, and then you're gonna come back.
You tell me if you live in.
As a phoenix,
Yeah, they're
reborn.
like, dude, yo, bro, I'm a phoenix. I'll rise from the ashes, bro.
I know one
Try
guy
and
who
put
was
fire
killed
on me, dude.
and then he came back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Jesus,
Was it
Jesus.
BoJay?
Bo J. He goes by
Goddamn Bo J.
Jesus, Bo J. Christ.
That's what the initials stand for.
Bo J. You're gonna name your kid Bo J. huh?
Bo J.
Bo
Is that
J.
like the mom and dad couldn't agree? One guy was like, I love OJ.
But I love Bo.
How would you spell it?
Bo J?
Yeah, Bo J.
B-O-E.
In your mind.
J-A-Y.
Oh, there you go.
BoJay.
Yeah.
We
I'll
gotta
do like
have
a
the accent.
B-O and a
Yeah.
J with apostrophe.
That's how I was
It
going to
always has to
say,
be capitalized.
I was
no
just
matter
going to
what.
say B-O-J. Bo J.
B-O-J.
Bo-
With an A. Bo J. Booyah.
Would be
Booyah.
like
Booyah.
J-Y.
Boja.
Bojai.
Booyah. Booyah.
Hey, that you can name your kid that instead of better to have like
Actually, that's pretty close to it.
what was it? The guy that's on there, Star Lord. When he's like, "Oh, we're going by our code names, huh?" And he's like, "No, my name's Star Lord," because like his mom named him that or whatever. He's like, "You can call me Spider Man." Shit's funny.
Dude.
I like the part where he's like, what master do you serve? And he's like, oh, what am I supposed to say? Jesus? Fucking Christ. The jokes they have in that are so good. Infinity Wars, watch it.
My favorite part was wait, is Infinity Wars the one with the Star-Lord?
Yes. One of them.
Who's the dude, the crazy dude with the tattoos and he's always running around without a shirt on?
Drax.
Yeah.
He's the dumb one, but
Yeah.
the literal one, right?
Oh, yeah, he's like,
My favorite part was when he's
In the
standing there and
series.
he's like, I've mastered the art of standing still.
he's like, you didn't even see. He's like eating the chips and shit.
He's like, I can move so slow it's imperceptible to the human eye. And they're like, no, it's not.
But he was standing there for an hour, right? And they didn't see him.
Yeah.
You're like, he's standing there.
How long? Yeah. How long have you been standing there? An hour. Dude, you can't beat that. The other guy comes in. Can you see him? Yeah, he's right there. He's like, oh, all right. And leaves.
That's what I'm gonna start saying. No matter the time I've even been there, you barely walk up. How long have you been standing there? 1 hour.
Could you actually see him in the video? Like, was he actually
No,
there?
he was out of the shot. That would be funny though if you can like barely see.
Oh, they
him.
should have done
They
that. I
should have
love
done
that.
it.
Because like some of those old movies, it would have Easter eggs. I remember them
exactly.
doing like hiding someone in a window, and you're like, oh my god, there's a ghost in that movie.
It was on Home Alone, right, or something like that.
Something like that. It was like, and then I think it was Home Alone or one of the movies like that, and it was like the director, a card of the director. And so
He
everyone's
was
like,
just in the window.
yeah, it was like a cutout of him, and so when it drives by, they're like, it's a ghost. And they did it to play a joke or something. It was some kind of thing, or
They
even,
do
or
need
was
to
it
do
like
more
did they
Easter
do that?
If you were part of the film crew, would you do something like that?
Film
I'd
could
try
do
to,
it.
yeah.
Put yourself somewhere like.
I'd be like the little fucking midget in what's it, Wizard of Oz, fucking hanging in the back. Just kidding. I don't know if I've ever confirmed that. I heard it is in there.
No, it
Supposedly a midget killed himself. It's like, damn, that's intense. But
They said it wasn't. They said it was just a prop that fell over.
maybe they had to make a sacrifice to make the movie. Prop fell over. Fell over and pulled him up. He's like, whoops.
That's the last time I wire a microphone stand.
I was watching some weird ass fucking interview of this. I can't remember if it was a dude from. Damn, one of those, not Deo, one of those old metal bands, Scorpions, or maybe it was that one.
Blink-182?
Diva, something like that. But they said they would go to like crazy ass parties and shit like that, where there'd be people there that were like dying that wanted to be like sacrificed at the party and shit, and then like sacrifice them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and so I was always like wondering about that. I'm like, it reminds me of like those Eyes Wide Shut, you know. You always hear people talk about like, oh yeah, I've been to like an Eyes Wide Shut party like in the Hollywood.
Those kind of people do exist, dude. There was a fucking dude in Europe that did that.
Sacrifice people?
No, they went on Craigslist or some shit, and one guy was looking to like kill someone, and the other guy was looking to be killed.
Oh.
And they like met up over Craigslist somewhere in Europe, and he did it. And
the
dude
fuck?
killed him.
Wow.
That'd be interesting. That's a weird concept. Maybe to like, it would be a way to bring murderers into a society like Dexter, you know? Be like, there's all these people that are choice, you know, where they could go to a hospital and be like, I want to kill myself.
What
Can
if
you
the
just do it?
murderers
Yeah,
outnumber
like,
the victims?
they're just waiting in line though. It's like waiting for a kidney that like someone comes
Fuck
in.
that. If you
I'm ready to
murder
die,
someone,
and they
you
give it
murder
to like,
someone.
who's number 13? Who's number 13? It's like fucking Jason. Yes.
How do you want to die? Can you just run as
Just
fast as
stabs
you
you.
can?
Just run as fast as you can in one direction. All right. Fucking, I want to die and not be suffering in pain. Soon enough, my friend. It's like,
Soon enough. No, I think the reason they don't. I think the reason they don't even let people that are dying say they want to die is because in the moment, that's what they want. But it's probably because of some physical pain or something.
Mental pain.
But what if it was like that? Like, what if? See, like, I feel like if I can't survive the
that'd be
plane
horrible, 'cause
crash,
then someone could put a Craigslist ad. Hey, my name is Brick. I work so and so here. I want to die, but I don't want to know that you're gonna kill me.
Yep.
Just come shoot me through a window while I'm
in the
driving.
back of the head.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Don't reply.
Don't look at
Thanks.
me. Yeah.
Don't.
Enter. Confirm. Message sent.
It's like views 30,000.
Yeah, it's like shit, dude. You end up watching over your back the whole time.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know though. Someone else would put that out for you.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And someone.
That's
Someone
a way
else
to
would do it.
That's even worse.
So you just be like,
You just get killed.
Or you like pick up a coin and someone shoots at you and you just take off running. They're like, "You're making this harder, Brick.
Yeah.
Get away from me."
I thought we wasn't
that's
gonna
how you wanna
fight
play
back.
it. Yeah.
you said you were going to say that.
You have 30,000 people dressed up as furries because Admir did write on that note. He said, "If you dress up like a furry, I'll give you some money."
He's
And
like, you get,
everybody's chasing you down.
30,000 furries chasing you with 50 cal rifles.
he's like, you get bonus points. I'll give you a $30 bonus.
Yeah.
You will
He's like,
find
hell
it in my
yeah.
back pocket.
Who shot him in the ass?
Yeah.
There goes the
damn it.
money.
They get there, open up Brick's wallet. There's no money in there. Son of a bitch cheated me
It's
out of
like-
$30.
It was like, I owe you.
You got a
It's like, I owe
one.
you
You got a
$30.
1-star rating on Craigslist. They actually wrote you
2
that.
weeks ago, I'm like, hey, Brick, put this in your pocket. He's like, what is this? It's an I owe you $30. You owe me $30? Yeah, just put it in your pocket.
remember, I owe you
It'd be
30.
funny.
Dude's like, I bet you $30 I can't jump over this. And he's like, what? And you're like, and you just lose the bet. I owe you 30, bro. All right. And it's like, they end up planning it. Yeah, 2 weeks in advance, dude. Like, or even longer to fuck with them. Yeah, dude, I'll get you that money soon, dude. It's like 4 months later. He's been carrying it for 4 months. Oh, that'd be kind of shitty, but kind of funny. What the?
You'd be like, I planned this out so well. That guy's so pissed.
You're just watching from far away with binoculars, just laughing. eating an egg sandwich for whatever reason.
Well, I always was wondering because I'm like, man, if I was like totally in a wheelchair, I'm kind of blowing around with a straw and stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but it's funny because the Craigslist thing, before it really got monitored, there was weird ass shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, there was tons of weird shit.
Which is, I remember there was a comedian's page I really liked where he would post all these random ass ads on there and shit, and one of them was like, "Hey, I need help at a taking care of some horses at a farm."
I remember that one.
And some lady was like, "Oh, I love horses. I'd love to come take care of some horses. What do you need? Well, blah blah. When can I come stay?" And he's like, "Perfect. Yeah, I need you to come over. There's a cup, and you can come stay." And he's like, "You can use all your tools I have here." He's like, "I have chainsaws and all kinds of stuff. All I need you to do is just make sure you take care of these horses for my neighbors who come on my side of the lake." And she's like, "Oh yeah, what do they need help taking care of or whatever?" And the thing is like, "Well, once they come over here, I'm planning on you and me ambushing them or whatever, hitting them with chainsaws or some shit like that." Like, so he's been emailing her back and forth for a minute to like rope him in. Like, "Oh my god, I love animals. I would never do anything like that." And he's like, I'm not trying to ask you to like aid in a murder or whatever. And he's like, "Plus, these horses are my property." And it's pretty interesting too, because like they did it with like a bunch of people and stuff, and like I'm definitely paraphrasing it because they did it like 5 or 10 times and stuff, and
Looking for people to come kill horses.
or like it has a lot of like, emailing them back and forth. But he made it a joke. Like at first made it sound like, "Hey, come take care of some horses," and by the time like they started asking more questions about what the job was, it was like by taking care of like the neighbors, like taking them out, killing them.
Do you remember the one Craigslist posting where the guy was looking for a farmhand? And whoever would come down, he would kill them as they were coming down to his farm because there was like a long walkway or whatever. And he got like 6 or 7 people this way. One of the people got away, the 6th one. But he'd post on Craigslist that he needed people to come be a farmhand. And when those people would show up, and he said they had to be someone who could stay on the farm. No, it was like someone who could stay on the farm and didn't have any family that they would stay with. So those people would come down, you know, they'd answer his thing, and he'd get all the information from them and figure out that they had no relatives or nothing. So those people would come down his driveway out in the middle of fucking nowhere, and he'd shoot them, kill them, and he'd feed them to their pigs.
Why?
Because he's just murdering people left and right. And then one of the people got away. He ended up shooting the guy. The guy got hit and got the fuck out of there and got away.
That's terrifying.
Made it to a street. Some random person was driving. He jumped in the guy's car. They drove to the police station. And that's how they found it. When the cops and stuff came back and they searched the farm, they found bones in the pig sties because I guess he was feeding those people to the pigs. And
Dude, they could easily make that a movie now, like where the guy like someone gets away and stuff like that. Where
What happened to the guy?
Almost getting eat by pigs.
Got away?
No, I think they had a little gunfight, and I think he went to jail.
Oh shit!
Probably did.
Didn't take him alive, huh? Or they did
I don't
take him
know.
alive. Is it the Craigslist killer or some shit?
It might be. I don't remember how exactly it went down, but I'll
I
Google
always
it.
heard about that, like the Craigslist killer or something.
There was someone on there doing... He killed like 6, 7 people, and then they got him.
Well, it's interesting, dude. I was even talking about
nuts.
that with some of my family members because here's another weird, outlandish thing. I always feel like I have a weird vibe when I get in an area where there's no cell service.
Why?
And I almost feel like I forget about a lot of stuff. But I feel like every time I get back into the area when we were driving back and I'm getting to the area where there's cell service, I start remembering all the shit I need to do and do things. I'm like, man, I wonder if the cell service is like...
Oh, yeah.
has electronics, something to do with like my brain, and it goes in my
probably
phone.
in your
and
blood.
I'm like, oh my god, I need to do this. It probably is, dude. We're part of I think the Matrix, but electronically, dude,
Eventually, we'll just be
we're so
signals.
plugged in. It's so weird because even back when we were younger, dude, we make something. It was with a moniker. We used our code names. It was like in the Matrix, you know, follow White Rabbit, all that kind of stuff. And they made the little code names and references. Now you sign up for an app, you have to put your phone number in, your freaking, you know, of course your emails, you log in with emails, they want you to connect with Facebook, Google, all that kind of shit. Then they want your phone number. Hey, add your address for best location. It's like Google for sure. I mean, you know, depending on how much you go, they got everything on you.
Everybody.
And it's
inevitable, dude.
but it's crazy how it was
gonna
before.
happen.
It was like, no, don't do that, don't do that.
I mean, you could not do it.
it'd be so
It's
almost
not
impossible.
impossible. It's not impossible, dude.
Not be on the grid like that, I guess.
I mean, just go to the store, buy some groceries, come home.
You're like, you go to scan with your like debit card. You're Mr. Seymour Butts. You're like, yeah, I'm Mr. Seymour Butts. You're gonna sit here with that fake mustache and fake glasses? I'll have you know I'm pretty offended by that statement, and yes, I will continue wearing these purposes.
Is that the Family Guy episode where he's going through the Costco's and he's getting all the free food, and he keeps coming back, getting more, and then all of a sudden he's like, "You are not allowed to have any more. Those disguises aren't working, sir." And he's like, "Oh, I feel offended," and he walks away. And as he's walking off screen, you see Peter come walking back. It was just a different person. That looked a lot like him.
That'd actually be pretty funny if it was like that. You get a bunch of like lookalikes, 10 of you, that go through.
If you had twins, it'd be perfect.
And then the guy's like, "No, you already came back through," and you like walk up there again too, and be like, "Can I have another one of those?" They're like, "What?"
Twinspiracy, dude. That's the thing.
The guy in Costco would be like, "Get on the fucking ground."
What is it called? Framing people. Getting people angry that way, so then they could be like, "What are you talking about? It wasn't me."
Oh, with
and
twins?
then the twin turns around the corner.
"It was me." He's like a scar on his face. The evil one. It's like, fucking like ditches off, and the other one, the good one's like, "No."
One's usually wearing white. One's usually wearing black.
It's like Spy vs. Spy or some shit.
Exactly like it.
Dude, that'd be the one to have. It was like, sorry about that. He grew up in our attic. He's got problems as a kid, or whatever. Like, cause that was the one thing I always thought was funny. Because the one like with like the Simpsons and stuff, the other one's living in the attic and stuff. I'm like, well, for sure you don't do that to the kid to make him normal or whatever. We feed him chicken heads and fucking leave him in the attic. Yeah, but for sure it's bad parenting. Yeah, the chicken heads or whatever.
Bart?
Evil Bart, yeah.
Evil Bart.
Up in the
I know they fed
fucking
him
War
something
Luigi
fucked
up there.
Jesus.
He's
And
evil.
I thought Harry Potter had it bad.
I know.
He did have it pretty bad.
And that's funny because we were even talking about that too now, where all the movies, a lot of them had really cool kind of, I felt, like Blade Runner or some of these stuff, even like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, if you want to go Alien 1, Total Recall, there's so many like varieties of it. Mm-hmm. And they all kind of somewhat do the same story, but even now it's
It's ADD, dude.
we're so replicated now. It's like, holy shit.
Well, it's not even replicated. It's faster. There's more shit in it. You know,
yeah.
It's like wild. It's ADD, dude. I try to watch. What show did I watch? I was showing Audrey Land Before Time, and just the scenes were just taking so long.
They're just drawn out.
Like it's just like panning through just one scene, but everything's still. You know, so it's just showing you the landscape, and like halfway through them panning, I was like, they better hurry the fuck up, or Audrey's not going to be paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she's just like, yeah, fuck this, and starts like looking somewhere else and walking away.
I was watching a thing like
damn, no wonder, because SpongeBob right at the gates.
Yeah.
All right, what the fuck? And then colors. You got colors, vibrant colors, people yelling, screaming, all random shit, dude.
Hooting and hollering.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, dude.
Dude, I've
No
seen a
joke.
thing that was just like what you're saying, because they used the Jason Bourne one, where Jason Bourne, when it first came out, was one of the movies that used some of the most cuts. So you like go to your AD thing, they changed scenes. So it was like, and it was like a few thousand or
Watch
something.
Transformers.
And then it went to like the Jason Bourne 3 series by the time, like, I mean, it's been 10 years and stuff, and it was like double, like triple, and it still was one of the ones that had the most cuts and stuff. But it's like that now, you know, you gotta have like
Cuts is like between, it like goes between your face, my face, his face, and back and forth.
changing the scenes and stuff. Like when the driving scenes are some of the worst because they're notorious for never buying any permits or doing anything like that. So in those chase scenes, are like all those, unless you get certain permits, you can't go over like 30 miles an hour or something. So all those are under 30.
Especially in
like,
Europe, right?
Yeah, and like Russia, there's no way, you know. And, and so like in that third one, when they're all over there, it's like just cutting, you know, like and you know moving like their side
That'd be
back
funny.
and forth.
You get like behind the scenes footage, and you see the cameraman just having a blast.
Yeah, he's like
shaking the camera. And
they're like actually like sliding around,
just barely walking.
like some freaking what do they call that? Saudi drifting.
To do that, they'd have to record it like 4 or 5 times, right? Or do they have cameras like all over the place?
No, you just speed it up and add more cuts.
Yeah, so they probably feel they're like, all right, here we go, action, and they like do that one cut of it just rolling around, 30-second thing, and then like, all right, here's the next one, and they do the next car doing that one, and then they take the next one, and it starts to get 30 seconds, but then they have a clip of this car, a clip of this angle, a clip of this one, and it gets to be you have like 30 different clips you shot, and you have to fit those in a 30-second
Probably
thing.
a lot more than
so
just 30.
each one, so it probably is a lot more. So each one only is allowed to get 1 second.
No, it would be
so
30 times 12 cameras.
Yeah, and it all depends on how they space it too.
Yeah.
Because even I was watching that too, where a lot of films like the Jason Bourne, they kept it on a pacing like that because it's similar. And I also seen it with like color grading, where of course you can say like Matrix or Red.
No. That's definitely a thing.
Yeah, like they will like movies try and steal that from like, or not steal it. They want to sometimes steal the vibe from certain things, but they also want to like make their own like colors. You know, like so like the Matrix is like they want to. With that green and black, you know, they like try, like they basically own that, you know?
And it also sets the tone.
Look, the vibe.
Definitely sets the tone. So when you watch, damn it, what's that one called?
Kill Bill?
Kill Bill's
That's
one.
another one,
That's
yeah,
a good
that's
one. The bright yellow and yeah.
All those.
Damn it, I forgot Dunkirk. When you watch that,
Or the plain one or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what?
it's pretty good, dude.
That's the
was
beach one,
nuts.
right? World War II?
It's like dark and gray.
Oh, how they do that. See, and that's interesting too, because it's a number of like 6 colors, maybe, I think. And they use probably like 4 versions of a gray and then like 2 browns. And then boom, there you go. They put that over the whole thing. It's so weird to me. So,
But it gives you that feeling of like being there. But it doesn't really, because everything was in color for them.
well, that's what people attribute. That's
Bright
why
red.
like Mad Max and shit won that, because they did such good color grading. It was everyone's like, man, it looks so crazy, and they had a really good director, art director, and film director, director of photography, and they freaking did orange and blue, which were like super contrasty, and it was like so
Yeah.
dynamic. And
They don't go
whoa,
at all.
because it's weird how like those
they do.
awards, you know, they're kind of horseshit, because you know they end up winning like movie of the year or something, and then Martian won. What the fuck was it, like a
Matt Damon.
dramatic?
Martian was a good one, though, in my
It was.
opinion.
I thought it was really good too, but they won like fucking best comedy or something.
What?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is this shit?
No, that's
It
a
was
lie.
funny, though.
It was something
Well,
weird.
you can't trust the Academy.
I wanted to.
Yeah, it should have been more like best movie, but
I wanted to listen to the book, The Martian,
that'd
but
be kind of interesting.
I was like, dude, I don't know if it'll be better or worse than the movie.
Well, have you seen Interstellar with it?
That's a good one.
I've seen Interstellar.
Because it's funny, like I was confusing me today. I was like watching part of it, and I was like, wait, Matt Damon. And for a second, I was thinking of like The Martian. I'm like, why the fuck is he like being a little bitch right here? And I forget, you know, he's a totally different character, and it's pretty crazy how many stars are in Interstellar, and they just tell about, oh, it's Matt Damon and Anne Hathaway, but it's like loaded with stars. There's like all kinds of people in there.
Interstellar is the
Affleck's
one where Matt Damon's a shithead, right?
Yeah, he's the one that like he ends up like pushing the dude, like pulls the thing off him, or pushes him down the hill, jumps in the plane, and then tries to like sabotage him and stuff, whatever.
Why was he doing that again?
I can't remember. That's why I left, honestly, because I for some reason had thought it was The Martian. I'm like, dude, I can't be watching this shit because I forgot. I'm like, I got to start from the beginning.
How high
I
were
forgot
you,
what was
dude?
in there. That was the problem. I couldn't remember. I was out of this. If I had it, then I would have remembered, because I was high when I watched the first time. So I would have remembered.
That's how it works.
Those files would have worked. All the guys that would have like taken a shift. All right, where's all the high guys? They're like clocking in and stuff. Hey, good luck, bud. It's like you know, going into the coal mine back in the day where they, I mean, the coal mine only what?
The elevator got
Yeah.
stuck.
It's all right, dude. It's all right. I brought the. Everyone's like, they're all getting stoned in there. It's like, God damn it, they're stoned in the elevator again. Brain cells aren't making it down there. It's like, I imagine it like I think it's like Family Guy or one of them where the little brain cells, and there's like, finally I get to read or whatever.
It was SpongeBob.
Was it SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the file cabinet.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, I need you to forget everything. He's like, forget everything! And they're all shredding everything. And then he's like, okay, I need you to remember everything. And all of them are gone except for one brain cell. And he's got glasses, and he goes to move, and his glasses fall, and they break.
He steps
He's
on
like-
him, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he's like, go!
That's a good one.
His
how my
one
brain
last
cell-
brain cell.
Glasses too, of all things.
Can't you make new ones? Or you think they're ever like they're filing stuff, and they're like, hey, here's the new guy. It's like, hey man, comes in, you know, and maybe the older you get, they get more deformed. We got the new guy. He's a temp. He's a real asshole. He's not really working. Because like, you know, you can't. They can't all be really good people coming to the team. You know, somehow you got to weed them out.
No, it'd definitely
Like,
be
shit.
clones.
It probably really is. It'll be like, what, is it Boba Fett's or whatever? Or no, it's Jango Fett is the one that is cloned of the.
No, Jango
Troopers?
Fett is the clone.
He's the clone.
Oh, no. It was,
He's the
it was
main-
Family Guy where he steps on the thing.
Okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the one where he's like my
SpongeBob, they
books.
throw everything away, and they're like, "What's his name? What's his name? We threw out his name."
That is funny. But I mean, that's exactly how it could be, for all we know.
That'd be horrible. That'd be so shitty.
It could be like the Ricks too, because I was thinking about that. Because the battery one, that one cracked me up. I watched that one the other day where he has the battery power, and he's like, "Do you have a little village in there or whatever that's like making its own power to power your battery?" And he's like, "Yeah, I gotta go talk to him. Seems like they're doing something different." And like goes in there, and they like they have like a head scientist who ends up creating a new power source that they can get from one power source that they can power that,
The exact same thing.
Yeah, and it's got a little tiny colony inside it running it, and he's like, you thought of that, huh? I bet you thought of that. And then I'm going into like the inception of all the batteries and shit. Dude, it could be just like that with our bodies, I imagine, like, because you kind of go in there, you get your cells and stuff. Like now, my brother was telling me that they're starting to tell you not to use peroxide in the hospitals. Like they want you to use hydrogen peroxide a lot less, because pouring it sometimes on certain cuts, it like destroys your own cells too. And so I was like, what the heck? And so like they're actually starting to move away from it in the hospitals, peroxide. Wow. And the people used to drink it, I guess, and they like advise people not to. Yeah, for like stomach aches, dude. Nice. Shit's nuts, dude. And so now they're
it does look really gross when you pour it on the cut. It's like, it fizzes up and just turns everything into brown goo.
Yeah, and even if you pour it on random shit, so like sometimes if if you pour it even on like dirt and things like that, it'll just start pulling out certain stuff.
Coca-Cola?
Probably
pour Coca-Cola on you?
Well,
like you have to dip your hands in cola.
Rusts shit, right? And all that shit.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, I know you can eat through rust and eat through.
I think if you put nails or something in a thing of Coca-Cola, it'll eat them.
That's how they'll be cleaning. I think they probably just moved to alcohol or something.
But no, like, how long will it be till they go, don't drink any more Coca-Cola? It is literally corrosive. But is it? It's like saying water. Water's not good for metal, right?
It's true, because it's a solvent at some point, huh?
Yeah, it's a solvent. It's technically rusts metal.
It's true, yeah.
But it doesn't do anything to us.
Like the guy that's like trying to, hey, don't be telling me no stupid facts like that, huh? Water's a solvent, I'll use it in your body all the time. I'll drink the soda when I like.
My favorite one is like, about the guy with 100 years old, 103 years old, he's still smoking.
Oh,
he started when he was 25, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like outliers and shit.
Yeah, but he got lucky.
It's like, how you doing? He's like, oh, Jesus Christ. I have to do that for about 4 hours. And then I'll be okay.
I don't know if it's facts, but when that whole thing was going around about Subway having the shit in their
cardboard,
whatever.
It was like yoga mat. It was like that
yoga.
That foam.
What was it though? What was the actual chemical?
I know.
Foam.
You just take it as fact.
Because a lot of people were falling for dihydrogen monoxide,
which is
water.
No, it isn't.
It is water. Dihydrogen monoxide is water, and people were saying that shit would kill. It kills people every year. Your kids are around it. You need to get your kids away from it. It's in your kids' toys. It could be found in your bathtub. It's dangerous.
It's like those truth about tobacco smoking commercials, but they do it about water.
So I'm like, is someone fucking around with Subway being like, they have dihydrogen monoxide in their bread? The same shit used to make yoga mats.
Yeah, well,
maybe it had a name, but like people are like, what the heck is xenophilakaya? And they're like, dude, it's the stuff in yoga mats that makes it fluffy. I'm never eating there again. But yeah, also too, I think, well, I didn't check it. I didn't even know. We probably just could have been a smear cap. Could have been a smear one. Quiznos didn't, which is unfortunate. I freaking love Quiznos.
Those dead rats.
If you think about it, who does? Like, when I was in California, I loved the... Oh, shit, I already forgot what the hell it was. Damn, there was another one. They have the Submarina. Yeah, the Submarina is, I feel like, way better than Subway, but Subway, dude, I don't think there's any other sandwich place to mess with it, right? I mean, Jimmy John's maybe, but they're like a different style.
I can tell you one. My own sandwich.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go to Subway.
You're like, I'll make my own damn sandwich. Yeah, most of the shit's like turkey, or what do they call that? Turkey based, where like even the ham and certain things like that, or like salamis, they usually use the turkey bases. It just bugs me that
they like pull everything out. They get there in the morning and they just pull everything out from underneath the fucking cabinet.
Yeah, it's fresh cut. And
here we go.
Oh, we're out of it. Let's get a little more fresh lettuce. Just rip the plastic off. It's already chopped up. What do you know?
It's also known as hydroxyl acid,
a.k.a.
water. Hydroxyl acid.
You guys want to drop some acid?
In some cases and listings,
hydroxyl acid.
Some of water's effects in a particular alarming manner, such as accelerating corrosion and causing suffocation.
Wouldn't it, I mean, if you stayed in the water like that, wouldn't it dissolve your body? Like even though you are
You
water,
look like a raisin.
Yeah, you just get really wrinkly.
or do you think, don't you? Because you know some bodies get really bloated and stuff like that. Say, how long could you stay in water before you died? Like your body, you think you would turn into like a guppy or some shit?
Can you drink the water?
The
I
hydrogen
don't know. I
monoxide
wonder.
is an
Yeah,
acid
maybe
with
if
a
it is, you
pH
can drink
level
it.
of
If you
7.
drink it, you'd be
I
alive
don't know
for
if
like a
that's
few
true.
months. No.
I don't know. I was like
months?
just thinking about that. I'm like, because I'd seen stupid videos of people doing that. I mean, you can't like, you can like soak or like swim in cola for the rest of your life. You know, you'd die like in like probably a few days. Or probably eat you. You'd be like, I feel like it'd get my skin.
Oh, that'd be
I
horrible.
wonder if water does that at all. You're like, you start wrinkling so much. You're like, dude, it's starting to feel like my blood's coming to the surface.
They call him the Sprite killer.
Oh, you go to get out. You like touch the edge of your skin, just so soft it just peels off. It's like the Sprite killer. Does Sprite do the same? Is it any type of
I don't
coloration?
know, but it just sounds better than
Water's
the cola.
got corrosion.
Or does it?
And everything's got
The cola
corrosion.
killer.
Ooh,
The cola killer. You hear about him?
Oh, does he dip you in cola till you dissolve?
He like handcuffs your arms and he puts you in a 12-foot vault filled with Coca-Cola, but only your just above your shoulders is showing and your head's out.
Oh, God.
And
That's a lot of cola
In the
to go to
beginning,
waste.
you take a couple sips because it's good. It's fresh cola.
Yeah, you're like,
He
this
only
is-
uses the freshest cola. He has a filtration system. Really, a lot of ingenuity went into it, but
got a cool guy named Mark.
it's nuts, dude.
Dude, what happens if you drink all the cola?
You can try.
Dude,
He gets in there, he's like, you son of a bitch.
that actually happened. That's what. Did you see that video of that freaking girl that was like ringing the doorbells and shit? They had on those police station things. She was a girl in like Texas running around and she was like ringing a bunch of doorbells and she went to one doorbell that she rang and it had a little camera. And the camera like records who's at the door, and she had like fucking like some kind of handcuffs and stuff on her, and she was like just in like a regular shirt. She was like banging on the doors and like just disappears. And so then the went to the cop stations, put it on all their YouTubes, and so they had it all going on YouTube. And they're like, have you seen this person? Does anybody recognize this person? And like a couple of days later, I guess there was a neighbor that like took him in, but they had to go like to the hospital. And then when they're at the hospital later, they identified her as in the video. So like a few days later, the girl had been running away. She'd been like kidnapped or whatever, and she was like getting assaulted and stuff. And she had to like break out of the shackles and all that shit.
Oh, from another neighbor's house?
Somewhere around
From
there,
the
yeah.
cola killer?
Somewhere over there. From cola killer, dude. He was dipping in the cola, dude. And what happened is she was...
Dude, you son of a bitch, you had me going, dude.
No, that really happened. That for real happened. I just used the cola killer. Brian used it on top, so I had to go with it.
Dude, I was like, what? Dude, this really happened?
No, that really did happen. That for sure happened in
that
Fort Worth, Texas.
That sucks.
But she didn't get dipped in cola. Her handcuffs did, and they fucking got away
She dipped her handcuffs in cola and broke them.
and got out. She's like, ugh. It was like fucking Morpheus in the Matrix.
That's that, dude.
Breaks, and she started running, dude. She even got shot in the ankle trying to get out, but
What?
no, that part was a lie. But
What the fake news is going on right now?
a girl in Fort Worth, Texas did escape somebody. She was like running around. She was being held captive. I think only for like a few days, though.
Oh, that makes it better.
Oh, yeah, I know. Only a few days.
Oh, I mean, it wasn't.
We almost got away. I mean, she didn't break out. It's not like we would never have got her.
I mean, there's like 300 days in a year, and you're going to be alive for
after
about 80.
after 48 hours, they just stopped looking for you altogether.
It was weird because you hear the news bulletin, but I would like to hear follow up, and I'd also like to know, was she a missing person? Would they have ever found her? Would she end up like those people that are like living in some dude's basement for 7 years, and you're like, what the fuck? Like that, they have kids and shit living in basements, they never come out. You're like, what the hell?
But they all know.
Yeah, that's it.
So fucked up.
See, you never. That's the thing too. You almost never even know, even if you do like.
Wait, who would know?
Like if you have little kids or something, they just know, oh, Dada Admir goes down to the basement and we hear someone else down there, but we don't say anything because he gets mad.
That's his space or some shit.
Yeah.
Because people have done, fuck, dude, it's so weird, the weird shit that like people do. I feel like to other people too, especially when they get them
Well, it's
young.
because people are fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's why we
People are
need
crazy.
little drones flying around everywhere.
Yep.
Scanning everybody's rooms.
I think
then
what they need
fly
to do
away.
is keep
They'd be horrible.
a bigger, like...
Sentinels.
They need to keep bigger, like, file system on Coca-Colas and see where they're going, because...
Yeah, they need to find that cola killer.
Yeah, he's dipping people in cola.
Why is this guy ordering 3,000 gallons? That's not even a real number, but 3,000 gallons of cola is delivered to this guy's house once a week.
And it's
He
easy.
really likes cola.
Dude, all you need is a couple of those boxes. You wouldn't
He
even
walks out of
realize
the
it.
door, has a Pepsi in his hand.
Oh, God, I knew it. That's the cola killer.
It can't be him. He has a Pepsi. Let's go. Come on, Johnson.
Yeah, you're a phony. No, I took the Pepsi challenge and I've never gone back since. He's like, Damn, it's like 10 years.
Did you do the Oreo one?
Yes. No.
What's the Oreo one?
You gotta stack Oreos. See how many Oreos you can stack. You never did the Oreo challenge?
What?
No, what the heck? You stack them straight up?
Wow, dude. You guys ever lived
You could
by
stack a
Albertsons?
million Oreos. You're telling me if you stack Oreos like this,
Yeah.
they fall after a certain...
After a certain amount, supposedly it's
Yeah,
like
I might-
40-something.
Okay.
I don't know. Look it up, dude. Google it.
I'd lick them and stick them.
How many of these people are architects, Archie?
Probably none, because we
None.
live by Albertsons in
So
the ghetto.
as soon as your tower starts leaning to the left, you start stacking your Oreos a little to the right.
You can't touch it
Yeah, I would
once
like
you
to
set
see
it.
you stack your Oreos as high as you can, dude. How high can you stack
I bet
Oreos?
I can stack Oreos higher than 50 on this table.
Dude, whatever. This thing probably pretty wobbly. And with the Oreos, dude, they got like weird little textures, you know. And usually when they come out of the
Sometimes
thing,
they're unbalanced.
yeah, they're stamped funny, dude.
They're not all...
They don't, you know, back
They're
in the day.
all 100%.
And we're not even gonna give you Oreos. You'll get like fucking Chipmates or some shit,
Yeah,
the
we're gonna give
fucking
you the
knockoff brand or
off-brand,
whatever.
yeah.
No,
the
you
little
gotta
fucking Darkos or whatever
No,
they
you
call
gotta get the
them.
Oreos because the Oreos have interlocking patterns. They lock. They're like Legos. You lick it, you stick it.
No,
That's
they're
what,
just-
that's what I'd think to do. It's like all stuck together.
It's like
That's
the
called cement,
tower's like
boys.
bending like this. You're still sticking them on there.
But
How
you
the
start
fuck
another
is
one
it
from the
holding
Dude,
other
that'd
that?
be so funny. Like I
create
call
an
this
Oreo arch?
the Great Arch. Start naming stuff. This is the Leaning Tower of Pizza.
Was it you that was telling me the arch is gonna fucking fall soon?
That's what people think. That's what I think they're making. Well, yeah, because they're making a new path to keep people away. They don't want people walking down to it.
That's a shame.
Dude, and so
Really?
they do everything. Yeah, especially depending on the areas. Like even there were areas where they used to let you go on top of like what the heck is it called? Rainbow Arch, I think it is, and stuff. But it's pretty thin. Now they're like, don't even go near it, you know. And it's probably good because it probably is. You start one isn't bad, but you have a tourism place like most of these national parks, dude, and you get like
You get
100 in a day. You're like,
Well, you get like a fucking bus full of 12th graders that... Let's all jump at once and let's take the picture on the arch.
yeah, everyone do a freaking dab kick.
1, 2...
Whole thing just the flying rainbow.
The Rainbow Bridge. It like breaks and all of a sudden like an actual Rainbow Bridge forms. It's like
Fucking
Mario
Mario.
Kart. Yeah. The kids are now in the game. It's like, they have to fight their way out. One of the little kids, it's like Mario Kart, I like it. And freaking Bowser hits him with a spike shell.
I don't like it.
But they have to play to death. It's like,
It literally
Dude.
rips through their whole cart. It doesn't just spin them.
I watch a Mario
They
Kart
fucking
video.
die.
I wonder why no one's made that yet. A game that's like Mario Kart,
Twisted
just
Metal.
super gory.
Oh, isn't that Twisted Metal? Is it like that or
Wait,
Well, it's
where
not
your
a
character?
race. It's more
Oh,
like
it's like a-
it's more like a map.
like the Battle
You
Royale?
have
Like
to
how they
pick
do.
up
huh?
shit and then shoot it at everybody else.
Oh,
You ever played Twisted Metal?
Yeah, I have, but it's not like Mario Kart. I'm talking like you all get like go-karts or something with players on them, and you race around the track. But when your guy gets hit or spins off, your
There
dude,
was
like,
an
gets
arcade
shredded.
game.
It wasn't
like
like
that, right?
were like Mortal Kombat ones and shit, or like one of those people, and they had like
Yeah,
a bunch of
Mortal Kombat had
characters of
something
some
like that.
shit like that.
Racing ones, where they like you
I
race?
think they used those characters. So they had that and like a bunch of other characters. It was like a Sega or some shit.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
Or like it was like the Sega group or whatever. Because how they use Smash Bros and shit. How freaking they're using like NES and that, who come from the old ass NES games, and like everyone's like, yeah, dude, they're the best. Like really, they only like live on. Even like well, I guess Metroid came out more too with some of the newer ones, but did even like Metroid and that, or
Did it?
kind of older ones, GameCube. And
Sonic's
shit, huh?
done.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Yeah,
I don't know. I
they
don't
could have
think Sonic's
Sonic Kart, dude. There you go, boom, Sonic Kart.
Sonic Kart.
What, where you run around as different
It's
characters?
a little more gory. It's like in their little cars, dude. Throw some rings on each
You
other.
also got to have him like if he hits a wall,
Cut
he
the head
hits a
off.
wall.
Yeah, you hit a wall. Just
You got to buy a new
Incinerate.
copy of the game. That's how bad it is.
your game, just like your discs was flying out of your disc drive.
That would be so shitty if that how it worked. This game, so I guess they might as well make one like that. The most realistic game. You die in the game, you throw it out and buy another one.
Yep.
It's like, huh, what, dude?
Nobody would play that.
You
Or
know,
there
people
would be
kill
trolls,
themselves.
dude.
Oh yeah. I'd have like 12
In there.
copies.
Dude, no, there'd be people who'd be like,
Just look for FPS.
I'll download some cheats, and he's just going around. You're buying a new game, you're buying a new game, you're buying a new game, you three are buying new games, you're
Dude, that
buying...
would be some shit we could do as Lost Mind podcast. Just like, dude, you want to come over Friday night? I got about 12 copies of the fucking game. We can just drink some beers, kill some people, fucking ruin some accounts. Because I bet there's got to be people that do shit like that. Like, how you're saying like trolls in RuneScape, all these people.
On the
that
higher
do it,
level
they're
you
only
are, the
meant for
more
that.
fucking rewarding it'd be to kill you, right?
Yeah, it's like perfect.
Oh, Brick's level 99. I know he only logs in for 2 seconds every day. Logs in, then logs out. I know
You
where
set
he's
up a
gonna
bunch
be.
of booby traps where he logs in and logs out.
God, that'd be so stressful. Such a stressful game. You're like, all right.
And every death
Let's
in
do
that
this.
is like slow and painful, dude.
Yeah.
Like there's no getting. You have to watch 12 minutes of you dying.
You're like, no.
The
They,
worst-
like, harvest their organs.
I think the worst game I've ever played like that is No Man's Sky. I kind of got into it. I'm
I
still,
remember you were talking about that. Yeah.
still super obsessed with it, but I'm playing on permadeath, so it means when your character dies, all your information gets deleted. And
It's kind of stressful.
So you're still
it's
on Earth.
super.
I
Dude,
don't know if I'm gonna launch out of space today.
I'm gonna stay
have a
here
meal
in
with
my
my
house.
wife.
Yeah, tell me how it goes.
No, dude, it's super stressful because you could die so easily because everything's hostile. There's like very little amount of places you can go that. Are not
So it's like
hostile.
real life.
Yeah, it's super. There's like radiation planets, toxic planets, sun scorched planets.
You
You know,
have
like
to be ready for them. You have to like
Yeah.
buy shit for it. And
you gotta
whatnot.
have like hazard protections on your suit. And if you don't, you land, your suit's just like you're freezing and you start taking damage. And then there's creatures that fucking murder you down there too. And then there's sentinels that murder you. And then the other day, me and my buddy Captain Jets were playing, and another player fucking flew into our solar system and gunned him down as he was on the ground. And I was just like, "Oh shit, son!"
Yeah,
so
right.
other players,
I
can
know
just
this
fucking
is how it
fly in.
happened. I was watching the stream. Admir, don't close the gate. I'm almost there.
It's like, sorry, I must.
What? I can't hear you. Don't close. Open the gate.
You're like, it's for the viewers.
Admir's gone.
I'm like, "It's for the views! It's for the views!"
They wanted us to kill your character off. It's like, what the
People
fuck?
have spoken.
It's like some ungritted fucking or like
Survivor
forum
shit.
board or some stuff. Yeah, they're like, they wanted to kill your character off. Dude, you could do some shit like that, huh? No Man's Sky, create
yeah.
a whole like freaking almost Gilligan's Island setup where you're like, we must figure out how to get the fuck out of here. Have people tune into the actual thing.
I have like
So-
a Bruce Almighty sort of thing. So you're just like, no matter what you do, you can't tell Pikachu knows 1793.
Oh, or have
You
yeah, that'd be
can't also
perfect. One
tell
guy
Brick
just
Break
watches the whole stream, right?
7489.
That'd be
Yep.
perfect. Dude, I know. Well,
But
maybe.
that'd be hard because as soon as Reddit sees it,
I think it's only a matter of time before they
Yeah,
start
they'd
producing
be
their
like,
own
It would be
content.
there.
They'll probably start freaking producing their own content like that, don't you think?
Who would?
TV show style.
People on Twitch maybe do TV show
where you can
style.
vote. And
I
whatnot.
bet they already are doing it. Like, dude, you look at Dr. Disrespect. He's a freaking character, dude. From
I
a
know,
movie.
no.
Character.
I
Playing a
don't know
game.
about him. I've never watched any of his stuff. Is it good?
It's funny. I mean, he's a decent player. He just does funny shit. He's an 80s. His persona is like an 80s. Seriously, the dude from Dodgeball. The
Yeah.
evil dude. That's
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, that's him as a gamer instead of like a overactive workout dude. He's a gamer.
Character over exaggerating.
Yeah. 'Cause he was like, I'm the 2-time motherfucking back-to-back champion. You know, just crazy shit
See, I
like
feel like
that.
there's only a matter of time before they do that. Some kind of reality show or some shit. They'll get all the.
I mean, it is a reality show, right?
It's true, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like there's always
More
some way
reality than
that
a reality
fucking
show.
some corporation wants to try and form it because that's what makes it so nice.
YouTube.
It's like Ninja.
It's
He got
already
signed
made.
up.
Yeah, YouTube is pretty corporatized, but it's so nice because like those people all get to make their own shit. You know, that's what I like about Twitch. All the own guys like Dr. Disrespect. It's like them making it. You know, getting
Yeah.
all the revenue and shit. But I mean, are you gonna do that then? You make
Yeah.
stream No Man's Sky.
Admir.
I should. I really should. I wanna
Follow
s-
Admir's permadeath, and now you're gonna get fucking.
I've already died
chased down.
3 times, dude.
You're gonna get chased
and it
down
was
by
the
your
worst
streamers.
feeling ever.
All right, I'm going to Planet Zion 743.
Yeah, what is your like
50,000
server
people
extension?
show up.
Do you have to have something like that?
No, to join my thing, I'd have
Yeah,
to
to-
place. You place down a beacon, which tells you your location in the universe, and I can give that out, and then people can connect to where I'm at or my planet. But if they were going to connect directly to me, they would have to connect through me or do a random connect.
Start.
See if they
No.
You
join me.
start a galaxy, dude. I'll join your galaxy.
No, it's an entire universe.
I know, but your certain galaxy, you have
Oh.
your streamers where they can come play with you.
No,
It's like
Yeah, I
bad
can't
idea.
have-
9. If the 9.
Dude,
No.
you got to do it like Deadmau5.
Let's do it, dude.
Deadmau5 used to do that on
Yeah,
Minecraft.
exactly.
He'd bring all the people in, and he was notorious for like fucking with them. So he'd have them all come on. He's like, "Get the group picture for everybody." They say, "Can I pull your swords and jump?" And it was like a big square, but the square was dynamite or like fire or some shit. So when they'd all jump, he'd like switch in the like what is that, the Vox mod or some shit. Turn the whole floor to like fire, like a bomb, and everybody that came in the servers like fucking dies. And their character's losing. He like takes the photos of it and stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh man, damn you!" You know, and everyone's like trying to run off. I'm like, dude, you can do something like that.
That'd be fun.
Dude,
What
play a
I
little
would
game on them.
what I would do is try to get in the game and make a city off of like on the planet, with like starports
Well,
and
that's
shit.
what I'm saying,
It'd be
dude.
kind of cool.
If you do that, if you build it,
They will come.
they will come.
Yeah, and also come to the store, check out the shirts.
We have a store now.
We're
It's
gonna
on
get some
Amazon.
new ones, so yeah, check them out.
Just log on.
I'm also working on some shirts. It's kind of top secret right now at the moment, but
I'm also working on some shirts.
nice.
Probably better ones. But-
Probably not, because my shirts are going to have small images of Brian's shirts on them, so therefore mine are double
To verify the authenticness.
double the goodness.
Every single one of my shirts is gonna have a dick butt on it, and you just won't be able to find it. Or
It'll
will
be
you
somewhere?
find it?
Find it, just so you know, support locals. Buy the gear.
Stay tuned to our new merch that we'll be coming out with.
New merch.
But in the meantime, go to our Amazon portal, please. You don't have to buy our stuff on there. We'd appreciate it, but you don't have to. Buy your own stuff. Whatever you want, just use our portal. It helps us. Because I know you're just going to type on your phone, Amazon.com or whatever, and you're going to go in there and you're going to be like, look, I need some
How do you
toilet
get
paper.
to the Amazon portal?
It's in any one of the links. You can find it in the YouTube.
yeah.
You can find it in the section in the SoundCloud main page. But
Just remember,
SoundCloud's interesting. I'd say skip off that. But
next time, you're going to buy something, be like, oh, shoot, I could just go to their YouTube, click on
Take
their
the extra
Amazon.
12 steps,
Yeah. It's-
log into your account under our name.
and then go backslash Lost Minds Podcast.
Yep.
and just buy everything you need. A fucking car. That'd be the best. A boat would be even better. But if you're going to get some toilet paper, that's fine. The bigger the chunk of money you spend, the better.
More toilet paper.
Do our or a lot of toilet paper.
Yeah, you can get them on Twitter and Instagram and all that
We
stuff,
also do want to put a shout out to our last month's patron who's been spending the most money through our Amazon account. He's called I Love Coca-Cola. He's bought 300 gallons of Coca-Cola each month.
and a few Dr. Peppers. We call them Dr. Gold. It's like a freaking mix. So we're just going to remind everybody to stay golden. All right? Stay golden.